Oregon school districts are facing budget shortfalls in the millions next year amid dropping enrollment, attendance, and test scores.
As schools adjust to the loss of pandemic-era funds, some leaders say more money from the state is crucial. Fox 12's Julia Lopez takes us to one Portland school whose principal says she's terrified.
Lincoln High School here in downtown Portland is one of many schools across the state losing millions in funding next year. Today, families and staff asked, how do we move forward?
These cuts are deep and real, and they will have a negative impact if we don't figure out a way to lean in, find new resources, and support our kids.
On Wednesday, the Yale Alumni Nonprofit Alliance hosted a panel of education professionals to dive into the future of education in the state amid the looming cuts. According to the Oregon Department of Education, test scores in the state dropped below the national average post-pandemic. That's coupled with above-average absenteeism. Principal Peyton Chapman has been at Lincoln High School for nearly 2 decades and says she's seen student needs skyrocket since the pandemic.
I think the isolation, Oregon kept students out of school longer than most states, and we're still playing catch up with that.
She says mental health needs have more than tripled since 2020. The answer, she says, are programs like clubs and sports that are at risk as Portland Public Schools navigates its $30 million budget gap. EPS says about 200 positions will be cut across the district next year, and educators like Chapman say state funding is lacking. Former Oregon legislator Mark Haas says structure beginning at the state level would help make existing funds go further.
There is no structure, and the school districts like it that way. That's always been baffling to me how the giant big budget in the legislature goes to schools with no strings attached.
It takes a year to cut a program. It takes 20 years to build it back. So I think now's the time to really lean in and shore up and find any added sources of funding that we possibly can.
PPS families are welcome to join a budget work session tomorrow evening. We have details on kptv.com. In Southwest Portland, Julia Lopez, Fox 12 Oregon.